What's going on, you guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital and welcome to the video. In this video, we're talking about two new silver mining companies along with one unique gold mining stock that I've never talked about before. Just recently discovered it, so it's going to be a very exciting video, guys. And that's it. We're going to get straight into this. I also wanted to say that the Nasdaq is falling dramatically today. We're seeing a sell-off in tech. The sell-off is led by tech, of course, and we're going to be taking a look at that, the VIX, the US dollar, the moves for gold and silver, just as these are your market minutes, but we're going to focus more so on those three unique companies just a little bit later on in this video. So stay tuned for the first couple minutes as it's a recap, and then we're going to get into all the good stuff. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I noticed that you watched way more of yesterday's video. I'm trying to change it up a little bit, trying to add a little bit more value to these videos, kind of give you guys something, to look forward to at the end of the video. So anyways, that's it for the introduction. Thank you so much for watching. And last but not least, if you do support me in the channel and all the videos, and of course, don't forget to explode that like button. It means the world to me, helps my video so much, along with if you are a new viewer to the channel. Let's get this channel to 29,000 subscribers. We're less than 100 away. So if you're on the fence about subscribing, if you appreciate constant daily updates in the markets, a steady flow of new and exciting companies, and you want to stay up to date on the financial world, then of course don't forget to cash that subscribe button and ring the market bell for notifications. And let's get straight into this awesome video, guys. So the first thing I want to say was thank you for all those comments. And yesterday was a cool video because I finally did a top 3 stock video. It's been a little while for me, and some of you guys liked the pick, some of you guys had some other things to say about them, which I totally appreciate. And I'd like to open up a discussion, which is why I wanted to start with a comment by RWS Gara. I hope I said that right. I still don't understand how MindMed is planning to make money. Implicit in their own presentation is that they are going to face resistance from Big Pharma. My understanding is that this channel started as an MJ stock channel, which is true. Medicalization is a first step, but it's not even clear that that is going to be an easy process. What are the plans to be first to the market when psychedelics are legalized? Also not clear. And I really do think that their projects right now, we know that they're still in clinical trials. So when they get to the point of proving themselves, then things are going to have to happen with the FDA, and they're going to get a lot of pushback from Big Pharma, which is why those are some really awesome questions. And as you guys know, I've covered this since the start of the IPO with Kevin O'Leary, with JR Ron, their CEO, and we've interviewed him multiple times. So I think that those are some really unique and interesting questions that I should ask them in our next interview, because they should have some news out for the fall. So thank you so much for putting up certain opinions and arguments like this. I don't just want to hear, oh, these stocks are amazing, or I think they're going to do well, because we saw what happened in the MJ sector, and this channel did start in the MJ sector. Big hopes and dreams and expectations, and then reality hit, and a lot of the companies aren't doing too well. So that's the thing. MindMed is very speculative. I understand that, and I like what they're targeting, but yes, they do need a more clear, proven path to success, or at least a plan. So I'll work on that. I'll work on getting some information when it comes to that. Next comment of the day goes to Sheldon Snow. Great job. A couple weeks ago, there was an article on Health Canada approving 4 patients to use LSD. I will see if I can dig it up and send the link. I thought of MindMed as soon as I heard it. That would be awesome. Please feel free to send that. TRP, PAAS, or Pan American Silver. Thoughts. Finished up a tad while silver got a smack in the mouth. GDX2. I think Pan American Silver is an awesome, diversified, large cap silver mining company with some of the biggest reserves that I've ever seen. If you want large cap exposure to silver, I think Pan American Silver is a very interesting one to take a look at. Next comment of the day goes to Hit Here Art. I hope I said that right. What's next for Doc? Stop is over. Thanks for all the great work. Doc registered a massive spike in volume yesterday, and we'll have to take a look at that once again, but very interesting company. We're gonna pick one more and then that's it. Jack Hall, last comment of the day, crybabies. There's a lot of companies you talk about that I can't even see or buy. Don't hear me crying. It's still learning something. And yeah, I try to give you guys a constant, steady flow of new and exciting companies. That's kind of what I like to do. I like to talk about new companies, like to interview CEOs. Obviously, that's what Departures Capital is all about. So thanks for sticking with me, guys. Now let's get into the quick market recap before we dive into those 3 companies, and then that will be it for the video, guys. So don't forget to stay tuned to the end here, or use the timestamps in the description. Doc does a fantastic job with the timestamps. How could we forget to take a second out of our day to thank Doc for all of his hard work recently with editing. Doc's been editing all of our videos, so drop those comments below if you like what Doc's doing, and if he's been doing a good job, let us know. And also drop those comments below and let me know, what you guys want for future videos, future topics. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to shoot my market minute 5 times a week with a unique specific topic for each day of the week. It's not going to be a schedule, but I'm just going to have, certain set things like top 3 stocks here, 2 unique stocks, my favorite #1 stock, dividend stock, things like that. So we're changing it up a little bit. We're going to do a little bit more community polls, engagement, posts, stories. So more stuff on the way, guys. Anyways, let's talk about what's going on Wall Street. So we are seeing a big sell-off today. The Dow is down 2.5, the S&P down 3.3, and the Nasdaq down almost 5%. The Nasdaq was down over 5% earlier in the day, and we are seeing the VIX spike up 18% to over 30. Now, the VIX has been steadily declining ever since that initial crazy spike in March when we saw the markets absolutely plunge. But over the past month, the VIX has been creeping its way back up there, and today we saw it skyrocket above 30. Now let's take a look at the US dollar. The US dollar is essentially flat, weak by just 0.03 points, and gold and silver not getting too much love, but compared to the overall markets, they're hanging in there much better than the overall indexes. We are seeing silver down 1.72%. Silver, in my opinion, is declining again because, well, it's just a big sell-off, but also silver is a little bit more dependent on positive economic news, and when the markets are tanking, it's another reason to sell silver. Silver is holding above 26.50. I think that's the level to watch. So watch that level very closely. And gold is down 0.5%. So 0.5%, much less than the indexes. And gold is getting that safe haven bid, although being in the red today by $10 per ounce, it's holding up a lot better than the overall indexes. And still above 1900 and still above 1920, which are 2 levels to watch in my opinion. So gold is a little bit weaker, but so far we're looking to hold on to that 1900 and 1920. We'll be keeping our eyes on it, just as I still do think that we are getting a little bit of consolidation here with gold. Let's take a look at the bigger chart. I did want to point out over the last couple months, we are seeing lower highs, but we're also seeing higher lows. So right now, gold's testing a very important level, I think, right around 1920. If it holds on to 1920, that will be very bullish, at least, showing some signs of support. If not, look for 1900. Anyways, guys, let's take a look at the Nasdaq. And the grand scheme of things over this big rally that we've seen over the last, couple months, it's not too much to worry about. The Nasdaq is still substantially higher, in my opinion. Once again, not financial advice, just my opinion. But if we try to see where the Nasdaq might find some support, I would look somewhere around 11,000 if we are in fact seeing some kind of a correction. Let's take a look at the headlines, and then we'll be on to those 3 exciting companies, and then that's it for the video. So the Nasdaq falls in a 5% tech-fueled sell-off. Wall Street posted sharp declines on Thursday with the tech-heavy Nasdaq sliding more than 5%, and as investors dumped high-flying tech stocks, while economic data raised fears about a difficult and long recovery. So what, is reality finally setting in? Central bank gold purchases slows to 8.2 tons in July. This is the last piece of data that I wanted to say. Central bank gold demand, a powerhouse driver for the gold market, saw record demand in the last 2 years, dramatically slow in July. In a report, WGC said that the latest reserve data from the International Monetary Fund shows the central banks collectively bought 8.2 tons of gold in July, the lowest monthly net purchases since December of 2018. And that might just be because of higher prices. So anyways, guys, that's it for the recap, and now it's time to get into these 3 stocks, 2 silver mining stocks and 1 gold mining stock that I've never even talked about before. So stay tuned for all 3, or use the timestamps. The first company is Silvercrest Metals, ticker symbol SILV, on the NYSE with a market cap of $1.24 billion and a 52-week range of $3.28 to $11.09. So it is off of those 52-week highs by a little bit, and I think we could potentially pull back a little bit more. I would watch to see if silver holds on to 26.50 right now for the short term. Now let's see what they're all about. So Silvercrest Metals is a Canadian precious metal exploration company headquartered in Vancouver, BC, that is focused on new discoveries, value-added acquisitions, and targeting production in Mexico's historic precious metal district. Silvercrest, now this is the most important thing in my opinion. Silvercrest is the first company to drill test the historic high-grade Las Chipas silver gold project, which is a past precious metal producer. So I want to talk about Las Chipas. This is their main project. Currently, Silvercrest has 16 drill rigs spinning and are testing discovery expansion infill targets. A feasibility study is currently underway and is planned for summer of 2020. Currently, only 10 of 42 known veins have been put towards our latest resource estimate, leaving 32 veins to still be significantly drill tested. So lots of exploration potential and resource expansion in the pipeline. And that's what we want to see essentially. You know, we want a little bit of unknown. We want the possibility to, you know, discover millions of more ounces, doing it again, and expanding high-grade gold and silver company in established mining jurisdiction. So take a look at management, very experienced. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the corporate structure. So in terms of the ownership, fully diluted, retail owns 20.8% with institutions owning 70.8%. Officers and directors owning 8.4%. So substantial skin in the game. Of a $1.24 billion company, to own 8.4% is quite substantial. And Eric Sprott, Van Eck, Fidelity, Sprott, Oppenheimer, Equinox, RBC Asset Management, they're all part of those institutional investors owning 70.8% of the company. So you can take a look at their financing history, all the capital raises. I want to talk about the PEA summary. So average grade of over 1 kilo per ton or 1,000 grams per ton. Average annual silver production of 7.6 million ounces and average annual gold production of 81.6 thousand ounces. One thing I wanted to state was the payback period of 7 months, which is extremely low. 15 years of experience in Sonora, Mexico. So they've got lots of drilling to still do, which is promising. Let's talk a little bit about the company. So they currently have 161 million in the bank, that's US dollars. No committed capital, major permits in hand, underground development processing, 100% ownership of mining concessions with resources. So guys, that's the gist of it. And now let's take a look at the timeline. So now we are into the second half of 2020. Feasibility study, resource estimate, maiden reserve, cost estimations, ongoing drilling, and potential construction decision. So that is the path forward. And I think they're at a very interesting spot right now. This company is at a very interesting time. So might be one to take a look at if you are looking for a new silver mining company, large cap with lots of exploration potential, you know, potential mine construction, production in the next, you know, year or so. So production sometime in the near future. So definitely want to take a look at. Now let's take a look at that second company. The second company is called Mag Silver, and we've talked about this, you know, once or twice on the channel. $1.47 billion market cap, so similar market cap, with a 52-week range of $3.84 to $18.23. So let's see what Mag Silver is all about. Mag Silver is developing one of the highest grade and largest primary silver assets in the world, and that is their Juanicipio, I hope I said that right, JV, our joint venture. Our principal focus and asset is the Juanicipio property, 44% joint venture partnership with Fresnillo PLC, which is, I believe it's the world's largest silver mining company. And I love the little silver pitchfork that they give us here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we're going to take a look at their project. And I was just doing some research about this company. So high-grade silver, discovery, and development. Life cycle of a junior miner. And the thing is, Mag Silver is right here in the mining phase, the re-rating and development phase. So, you know, it takes exploration, engineering, then they got to develop the mine. And then this is where they start to make the money, obviously. So Mag Silver, Juanicipio joint venture, 44% owned. So strong financial position, 87 plus 36 million in cash and no debt. This was one cool thing. Treasury versus remaining capex. So treasury of 151 million, and remaining capex of 118 million. So that's good news. Lots of analyst coverage with fairly high price targets, some as high as $25 per share. Now let's take a look and see who owns the company. So 75% institutional ownership, with Fresnillo owning 10.7, BlackRock owning 8.5, Sprott owning 5.4, and Eric Sprott himself owning 4.9. So he owns over 10% of the company. So he must like this one. Fresnillo silver trend, over 6.2 billion ounces of silver, over 10% of the world's historical production. I wanted to take a look at their resources, and this is their resources as of October 21st, 2017, so a little bit outdated, but when it comes to their Bonanza and Deep Zone, 145 million ounces of silver, indicated 41 million inferred, 31 million indicated, and 49 million inferred in the Deep Zone. And then their global resource, when it comes to silver, 176 million indicated, 91 million inferred, and then 1,000 ounces of gold, 0.867 million ounces indicated, and 0.562 million ounces inferred. Here's where they are in 2016. Initial decline completed, twin decline completed, ventilation development should be finished by the looks of it 2021. UG access ramp, stope development, UG infrastructure in progress, all looking to be completed, including the mill procurement and construction by 2021. So that's what the timeline looks like, guys. Always take a look at their investor presentation for yourself. But once again, looks like this company's been getting ready for a couple years on this joint venture and progressing on their project. So guys, the 2-year projected catalyst, so 2022, Mag Silver re-rates from a developer to a producer, Q3 underground production, second half of 2020, first sales, shipments, and payments, mid-2021, on CPO mill commissioning, any day, further exploration discoveries, future expanded resource, and future potential mill expansion decision. So that's where Mag Silver is at. Take a look at their investor presentation. I just wanted to simply highlight this company, talk a little bit about the cool things, and then it's on to the last stock. That's Pure Mining Gold. Big shout out to Scott, one of our longest term awesome subscribers, for pointing this out. He said, hey man, take a look at Pure Gold Mining. I just happened to check my messages and I saw it and took a look at it, and I'm pretty impressed. So they're a gold producer in Red Lake, so $840 million market cap. Welcome to the heart of Red Lake, Canada's Fort Knox. 17 weeks to production. We'll pour gold before Christmas. Welcome to Canada's next gold mine at 9 grams per ton, which is very high grade. This is one of the highest grade gold mines on the planet. In fact, it's in the top 8th percentile. Phase 1 will produce 1 million ounces of high grade gold at an all-in sustained cost of less than $800 per ounce. So let's just dive straight into the investor presentation. Welcome to the heart of Red Lake, Canada's Fort Knox. So, one plan, on schedule, pouring gold before Christmas. Board of directors, take a look at management. Over 135 years of experience in 10 projects, collectively proven mine operators, so over 68 mines all across the world. So there is their experience, mainly in Canada, North America, United States, Canada, and Mexico, which is encouraging. It all began 2.7 billion years ago, so 47 kilometers of the most valuable gold real estate in Red Lake. We barely scratched the surface along our 7-kilometer long gold trend. More than 1,300 kilometers of drilling, 3 new high-grade discoveries. Aggressive exploration program underway, 30,000+ meters of diamond drilling, 16 million 18-month program including underground and surface drilling. Phase 1 initiated with 3 drill rigs, so they've got 3 drill rigs turning. Our Phase 1 mine by the numbers, 2.5 billion in revenue, all-in sustained cost of $787 per ounce. In terms of grade in Canada, that's number 5 and number 17 in the world. Turns out when they abandoned these mines, they'd barely scratched the surface. You're in good company. These gold visionaries own over 30% of Pure Gold. Rob McEwen, former Gold Corp CEO. Eric Sprott, legendary resource investor. Kirkland Lake Gold has a $30 million investment in the company. And last but not least, Anglo Gold Ashanti, number 3 gold producer in the world. Cornerstone investor. And finally, Newmont, number 1 gold producer in the world. And Newmont, number 1 gold producer in the world, former Red Lake mine operator to 2019. So guys, that's it for the details on Pure Gold Mining. Very interesting company to take a look at. Always do more research. Always do your own research and due diligence. Never buy these stocks because I've talked about them, but I love talking about new and exciting companies. And yeah, that's it for the picks. Now let's get into the charts, and then that will be it for the video. In terms of the MJ sector, we are seeing Meta Growth and Canopy, only 2 stocks in the green. Alkaline Water Company, Ignite, and Delta 9 declining 11.4%. Holy smokes, what a terrible day for Delta 9. Now when we get into the dividend stocks, we are seeing RioCan, the only stock in the green today, up 1.2%. Savaria, Algonquin, and Extendicare, 3 biggest losers. Most of the stocks are in the red today. Now we are seeing the majority of, actually we're seeing all of the precious metal stocks in the red. Termalina, Kootenay, and K92, 3 biggest decliners on the day. Now let's take a look at the tech stocks. In terms of the tech stocks, we are seeing Tesla decline another 7.9%, Apple's down 6%, and Microsoft down 5. What a bad day for tech. Finally, our broader 2020 watch list. We're not seeing much in the green except for Carnival, Moderna, and Air Canada. Biggest losers, AMD, Tesla, and Else Nutrition. So guys, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. We'll see you guys in our next video.